This video is for the multiplying polynomials foldable. So we're going to start, we've got three different methods here. We got the box method, the distributive method, and then we're going to do it from word problems. Okay, so the box method. Our question says multiply, x plus 7 times x minus 5 using the box method. So first thing we do is we separate the terms of one factor above the array, and then we separate the terms of the other factor to the left of the array. So up on top, we're going to do the first term, which is x plus 7. So we're going to do, x plus 7 up here at the top. And you can put the sign, just remember if it's minus x minus 5, you're going to need an x, and then the 5 is going to be negative. Okay? So we multiply the rows and corresponding columns to complete the table. So we have an x up here, and we have an x to the side here for this one cell. So x times x is x squared. Whew, that pen's not very good. Okay. So then for this box, we've got a 7 on top and an x to the side. So 7 times x would be 7x. And then for this box, we have an x and a negative 5. So x times negative 5 is negative 5x. And then for this box, we have 7 and a negative 5. So 7 times negative 5 is a negative 35. So what we have here, always start with your highest exponent. So x squared. And then we've got plus 7x minus 5x and then minus 35. We need to combine like terms. So our like terms here are a positive 7x and a negative 5x. And so when you combine those, remember, you just add the coefficients. So 7 plus a negative 5 gives me a positive 2. So if I combine like terms, I have x squared plus 2x minus 35. And what this is a quadratic equation, and we'll be working with these for 2 units this year. So just kind of get used to knowing that this form, x squared plus 2x minus 35, or anything that has an x squared and then the next term is an x and the next term is a constant, is a quadratic. All right, so multiply 7a plus 8b times 3a plus 5b using the box method. So I'm going to do 7a plus 8b on top, and then 3a plus 5b on the bottom. Okay, 7a times 3a. So I do the coefficients first. 7 times 3 is 21. A times a is a squared. All right, 8b and 3a. So again, coefficients. 8 times 3 is 24. And then b times a, or a times b, is just a, b. We just tack those numbers on to the end. 7a times 5b. 7 times 5 is 35. A times b is just ab. And then for this box here, we have 8b and 5b. So 8 times 5 is 40. B times b is b squared. Okay, so if I write this all out, 21a squared plus 24ab plus 35ab plus 40b squared. So my like terms here are the ab's. So I have 21a squared. 24 plus 35 is 59. Tack the ab onto the end. And then plus 40b squared. All right, our next method is the distributive method. But we can also call it the FOIL method. So we're going to multiply x plus 8 times x minus 3 using the distributive method. So when we distribute, when we had just one number out here, we would multiply everything inside the parentheses by that number. But now we have two numbers, so we also have to do the 8 times the x and the 8 times the negative 3. So if I do x times x, I have x squared. X times a negative 3 is a negative 3x. 8 times an x is an 8x. 8 times a negative 3 is a negative 24. So you're just multiplying all the pieces together. And then we combine the like terms. So we have x squared, and then negative 3x and 8x combine to form 5x minus 24. So again, that's another quadratic for us. Now we can also use, again, we can call it the FOIL method. So the FOIL method stands for first, outside, inside, last. So I multiply the first two pieces of the terms. So here would be 2x and 2x. And that gives me 4x squared. The outside numbers would be the 2x and the negative 3. See how they're both on the outside when you've got them stacked up like this? So 2x times negative 3. So 2x times negative 3 gives me a negative 6x. And you may have seen the FOIL method if you did number sense and you're multiplying two-digit numbers together, you would use the FOIL method to do it in your head. All right, inside would be this 3 and this 2x. They're both on the inside. And so 3 times 2x gives me a positive 6x. And then last would be the last digits of each term. So positive 3 and a negative 3. 3 times negative 3 gives me a negative 9. So same process, we're going to take all of our terms and then we're going to combine like terms. So my like terms here are the negative 6x and the positive 6x. So those are going to cancel each other. So I'm going to be left with 4x squared minus 9. And then word problems. All right, a rectangle has a width represented by the expression 4x plus 5 and a length represented by the expression 3x plus 2. What expression can be used to represent the area of the rectangle? So for a rectangle, the area is length times width. So we need to multiply the length times the width. So the length is represented by the expression 3x plus 2, and then the width is represented by 4x plus 5, and then I can multiply those polynomials, combine like terms, and have a simplified expression. So 3x times 4x is 12x squared first. Outside, 3x times 5 is 15x. Inside, 2 times 4x is plus 8x. And then last, 2 times 5 is a 10. Combine like terms. 15x plus 8x gives me 23x. And then plus 10. And so I use the FOIL method here, but you can use any of these other methods as well. They're all going to come out with the same answer. All right, a rectangle has a width represented by the expression 4x squared minus 5x, or plus 5x minus 2, and a length represented by the expression negative 3x plus 1. What expression can be used to represent the perimeter of the rectangle? So for perimeter, we would do length plus width plus width. We would add all the sides. But to simplify that, we can do 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So 2 times the length. The length is represented by negative 3x plus 1, and the width is represented by 4x squared plus 5x minus 2. So the first thing that I want to do here, I want to distribute these 2's out. That's the very first step that I am going to take. Okay, 2 times negative 3x is a negative 6x. 2 times a positive 1 is a positive 2. Keep that plus sign. 2 times 4x squared is 8x squared. 2 times 5x is 10x. 2 times a negative 2 is a negative 4. Now I have a lot of combining like terms to do. I'm going to start off with my highest exponent, though. I've only got one 8x squared, so that's my highest exponent. Now I'm going to move on to my x's. I've got a negative 6x and a positive 10x. Negative 6 plus 10 gives me a positive 4, so plus 4x, so I took care of those. And then 2 plus a negative 4 gives me a negative 2.